What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, if you've been keeping up with the reporting and rumors and the official confirmations for Deadpool and Wolverine that's coming out next year, then you know quite a bit has happened in the last couple of months. There's been official additions to the cast, one of which, the villain, which we'll talk about in a separate video, new actors joining every day, and really rumors of back cast members from the Fox universe, both on the X-Men and the Fantastic Four side, are giving this movie more than the promise of a Multiverse of Madness 2, this time doubling down with both Deadpool and Wolverine. However, it's a brand new source on the scene scooping that there's an addition now to the Cameo list, and from our 616 that's going to set up a classic matchup fans have been asking for, and since the earliest days of the Infinity Saga, none other than the Hulk showing up. We're going to talk about where this is coming from, this new source, some other stuff he had to say scoop-wise, and of course, what this means for the classic matchup of Wolverine and Hulk finally in the MCU. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. That's just around the corner to coincide with the next release, Guardians of the Galaxy, in just a couple of weeks. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment, that'll automatically enter you to win. Stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So these scoops for Deadpool 3 are actually coming from a brand new Twitter scoopster on Twitter that's at @thwipT_. The reason that we're starting to cover him now is he started to be followed and re-reported by the sources we cover here at the channel, like Alex Perez over at the Cosmic Circus and Cryptic HD Quality, who not only has some uploads for trailers and before they release, but also has some scoops of his own on a separate Twitter. Speaking of which, because I've been around for 5 years covering these and I've seen enough Twitter scoopsters come and go at this point, this really feels like an industry insider we already know, but using a new Twitter account. In the meantime, because they are rather new, leave it in rumor/grain of salt territory until we've had time to start verifying some of their scoops on brand new projects. That being said, let's dive in. The first scoop is that Hugh Jackman Wolverine will get his comic accurate yellow suit in Deadpool 3. Thank God, and Hugh Jackman himself has already teased this, having a Wolverine and Deadpool accurate helms side by side sitting on top of a counter on his own social media. The next one is expect returning past X-Men characters to show up in Deadpool 3. We've already reported on that countless times. Not only do we know that Professor X is coming back for this as well, recently Colossus last week was confirmed in the media. He had already leaked that late last fall at a Comic-Con over in Europe, confirmed that he was coming back. Now it's been updated, so everyone knows he's at least there. Expect that we are going to get a rather large section of the Fox X-Men showing up in this film. The next one is confirming Miss Minutes involvement with Deadpool 3. That's basically been confirmed for 6 months. But here's the brand new one, and the one that is most exciting. Bruce Banner Hulk is in Deadpool 3, and this came actually on the 20th of January, but again, now we're just starting to re-report on the scoopster. Now, the reason that's so exciting is it means that Marvel will take a crack at the classic comic book matchup of Wolverine versus the Hulk, and it looks as though they're going to take that opportunity to give the nod to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine as the crossover. I actually love this, especially if the rumors of us headed into a World War Hulk iteration of this character are on the horizon. Pretty soon there will be such a departure from Bruce Banner's Hulk, we wouldn't get to see this classic matchup anyway. Keep in mind, there's a really good chance that our iteration of the 616 X-Men won't happen until phase 7 or 8 after the conclusion of the Multiverse Saga, and while we're in the Multiverse Saga, any of the X-Men that we're going to see are going to be returning from the Fox X-Men universe. Ultimately, when we get our 616 X-Men, there may not be a Bruce Banner Hulk in the MCU, so they're taking an opportunity to introduce him and pay homage to the comics, where Wolverine was introduced at the end of Hulk 180, but because he's on the cover of Hulk 181, that's commonly referred to as his introduction. That would be the same now in the MCU. Hugh Jackman would get to play that role, and I think this implies some very interesting stuff about the plot, because I'll just come out and say it, no one wants to see Hugh Jackman's Wolverine fully suited up in a yellow and black or yellow and blue suit going up against Professor Hulk. Rather, since we already know from the end of Deadpool that they're going to be time traveling, that this movie will heavily involve the TVA, which implies time travel as well and branch realities, I'm hoping they take this opportunity to cross Wolverine over with a Hulk from the earlier part of the Infinity Saga when he was still the Savage Hulk. That way we could get the classic matchup. And I think, again, maybe this is just wishful thinking, but from Marvel's standpoint, wouldn't it be easier for them to use him to cross over with Wolverine in this film? Basically, if they use the Professor Hulk model, Daredevil, that's a lot of mocap, that's a lot of voiceover, maybe even on-set needed for Mark Ruffalo. Otherwise, you're telling me they still don't have the model and full CGI work up from, say, Age of Ultron and or the earlier part of the Infinity Saga? I think it would be much easier. You might not even need Mark Ruffalo at all, except to do some slight voiceover. They still have the model, they could use the effects. Look, it doesn't need to be a huge part of the film, but Marvel has an opportunity here to really do something cool and interesting with this film, and we heard from Kevin Feige long before they ever did the teaser confirming that Hugh Jackman was coming back, that Marvel Studios was really looking to elevate Deadpool 3 in the way that they traditionally elevated third movies, and he pointed directly to Captain America Civil War, which is for sure an Avengers-sized crossover. We literally refer to it as Avengers 2.5, and so now you're starting to hear a cameo list that's getting quite out of control. I have to equate it to Multiverse of Madness like I did during the prologue, were just promises of character after character. But if it's going to be another time traveling movie where they're popping in and out, say, of the timeline of the 616 and or the multiverse, there are some opportunities to make good on some character crossovers. I'm really hoping that this rumor now is true and that this scoop comes true for Deadpool. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, exactly what you want to see from Deadpool as far as cameos and what's going on there. Obviously, him dressed up in the yellow suit is a must, and I think Marvel knows this. I think that also lets them get a lot of the legwork out for developing his version of the X-Men character before we get to Secret Wars, where we'd ultimately want to see him suited up there as well. And I know for a lot of you, from the last video I talked about Wolverine showing up in Secret Wars, you flocked to the comments to remind me that it's not confirmed, and you're right, but I don't think you need a scoopster to see what Marvel Studios has been doing now with this multiverse saga, especially in Phase 4. They brought back Sir Patrick Stewart only to kill him in that movie, and now they're bringing him back again. Why even recanonize all of these characters if not to make good on them in a Secret Wars film? And from the original rumors that Marvel really couldn't reintroduce the X-Men as new casts anyway because of the contractual obligations they inherited from Fox, you may call that a rumor, but now look at their MO. They're using all the same actors from those roles in every place that they can. Sort of makes it seem like those original rumors of contract obligations might just be true. But you guys let me know down in the comments how hype you are for Wolverine versus Hulk, if you agree with me that it needs to be a Savage Hulk, an earlier version of the Hulk with Mark Ruffalo, something from, say, like Avengers 1. What else you want to see in this film? I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5 instead of subscriber milestones because we've now hit 1 million. We're now giving them away to coincide with the release of Marvel movies. It happens that just a couple of weeks away is the release of Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you wanted to be entered to win that PlayStation 5, it is super simple. Hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with content of the channel, especially in this new age of the YouTube algorithm, is to make sure that you hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Now, a very sincere pitch that I'm putting specifically at the end of the video. Guys, I'm releasing a brand new music EP at midnight on Monday, basically Tuesday, 4/18. I've worked on it for the better part of the last year and a half, and while I've put singles out over the last couple of years and you guys have really supported me at the channel, this is a whole new thing and something that I have absolutely poured every ounce of my artistic being into in a way that I probably can't even aptly express. In the meantime, I really appreciate it if you guys could stream it when it drops on Tuesday, but if you want to support me, there's a link down at the top of the comments for the pre-sale. Very rarely do people buy music anymore, but as I've said that over the last month, some of you guys have chimed in to say you do still buy music, and if you have a spare $5, I've never tried to sell anything here at the channel, but this is a great way to support me because so few people buy music anymore. It's actually easier than ever to chart, which is something I've been after for quite some time. And while I may fall hilariously short of it, every next copy that sells helps, and we're actually tracking really close. So I really, really appreciate all your support in the past at the channel. And if you want to support me as a content creator, now's a great way to do so. But if not, no worries. It's all good. I just appreciate you guys watching the videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love, peace,